Hi everyone, this is Natalia Corner giving you the energetic vibrations as well as angelic messages for the month of April. And we've just come out of March, which was numerologically a 2-month, which meant that we had to be really patient. So I'm sure a lot of you were feeling that. And also I got for today, as I was pulling the cards, I got this card out, which was the waiting game. So I'm feeling this is the representing the energy that we are coming out of. You might still be in it a little bit, where it really is about feeling like you're walking around in circles, almost literally waiting for something to happen. So I know I felt that. And also in the middle of the picture there's these leaves here, this tree representing growth and the roots firmly down, and I'm almost feeling like it's a matter of visualizing growth and keeping it in a sacred space represented by the circles and the spiral. But I'm feeling obviously the egg timer representing time, so I'm feeling that there's a bit of a twofold. So yeah, there's the pun on the word two, but they're really telling me now there's a twofold sense between what you are visualizing and wanting, and what is and whether that is grounded in reality and grounded in the roots of your focus and your intention, which is important. So here we have the roots of intention, well grounded. We have the focus and the walking around. Now they're giving me the impression of you know how some people walk around the labyrinth as a spiritual sort of meditative practice, and they're making me feel like that's important in your life. Also, 2 is about spirituality and going inwards as well. And also this golden sort of temple or framework here, I feel we have the gateway of the 2, which reminds me of the number 11, which is important. You might have noticed on the 11th or the 29th of last month, you had some vivid dreams or a sense of more spirituality. But also I feel that it's saying that there's a balance. It's talking about balance as well, balance between the 2 and duality. But I feel like it's important for us to remember that also in this month, which is April, is as the 4th month of the year. The 4 is about foundations, and I'm going to talk about that a bit more soon. But I feel there's a connection there and a play between the words there. So in March, we and we have this, we've had these eclipses, which is the energy of is still affecting us in early April, and there was a lot of intense energy you would have felt. So I feel it's important to mention now because it's still overflowing into early April. And I had got this card here, release, and see how 1 and 3, so that adds up to 4. So I'm feeling that in order for you to build your strength and your foundations, as I mentioned before, that a lot of releasing has needed to happen. I feel that this is such a visually impressive card. You just need to look at it and you will know for yourself what that means. See all of everything that this person has had to release within himself, all old buried emotions, and so on. So very much a lot of releasing energy, which turns into light and transformation and transmutation. So a lot of transformational energy, which we can then place in later in April or at the time that suits, that will work out for you personally in your own life, where you can come into yourself and your divine being, and then be able to more be grounded in your foundations. And there's a matter of observing too. So observing everything that you're going through, observing your thoughts, observing emotions that just seem to pop out of nowhere, memories, little irritations and frustrations. What are they stemming from? So really observe your thoughts and feelings as they come to the surface, which is really important, and observing them, then letting them go and releasing them, not holding on, which is really important. Letting go and going with the flow is something that I mention in my newsletter, Awakening Spirit. So if you don't know about that, it comes out monthly, and I always give intuitive guidance and impressions, numerological interpretations, as well as a lot of info on spiritual topics. So the link's below if you'd like to subscribe to that. And so with this also, I'm noticing the number 12, which is really important. So I'd like to talk now about, I mentioned that April is the 4th month of the year. So the number 4 really plays into the vibration energy that we feel for sure. But also there's a numerological addition that we work out between the numbers for 2015, which adds up to 8, so it's an 8 year, and this being the 4th month, so 8 plus 4 equals 12. And that then breaks down into 3. 1 plus 2 is 3. So 12 I'm feeling is a divine, sacred number coming through strongly this month. Extra strongly I'm feeling. 12 reminds us of the 12 disciples in the Bible. The 12, it's mentioned a few times. I'm not really a Bible person, but this is just as a reference, a sacred reference. 12 tribes of Israel, 12 stones, 12 princes. There's quite a mention of the number 12, as well as we know 12 as in 12 months of the year, the 12 signs of the zodiac, 12 hours of the day, and so on. So 12 really represents the symbolic creation of the universe, and then that is divided into 12 vibrations. It's also representative of tones of vibration in music, which I'm not an expert on, but it's a very sacred number. And also 1 plus 2 equals 3, which is the Trinity. I'm feeling that there's a lot of reference to this also with Easter coming up. So I'm feeling this really strongly. So of that Christ energy and the sacred number 12, perhaps that's something you can meditate upon yourself. So I feel that that's really important. And that the number 3 also numerologically represents an uplifting. So we're coming out of this intense March energy where we've processed a lot of buried emotions and feelings. Now this is going to lead to more of a sense of flow and harmony, so long as you've done this releasing and acknowledgement and observing, which is important, so that you can lighten up a bit more. And 3 is about being uplifted, being social, and emotional in a good way, as in self-expression, communication, growth, expansion, creativity, all that kind of thing. So see that as now birthing and you coming out of whatever was, a lot of emotions lately, a lot of emotional energy. So April is a 4-month, you can start to lay the groundwork for your plans, and which is really important. So that's what, now I'll bring up these 2 cards. So we have marriage there and we have home. So marriage, I'm really feeling that sense of 4 with this card. Again, so like the square, okay, for foundations. Look at all this, it's almost like concreting, very strong, and foundations. So what are you building? What framework are you developing for the rest of the year? Remember, it's an 8 year, which represents, the high potential for manifesting your desires, for improving finances, improving things in your home and so on, and self-empowerment. So I'm feeling that those of you in a romantic partnership, this represents also building the foundations of your marriage or your partnership, or it could be a different partnership such as at work. And also for others, I'm strongly feeling a partnership with yourself, a marriage to yourself, a commitment to yourself, to your goals, to your sense of purpose and self, and to not let, and strong boundaries I'm feeling, to not let others pull you down. And also I'm feeling a sense of peace. She's holding a blue cloth and a red one. So a balance between the lower parts of the world, the lower vibrations, between that sense of security, finances, and then the higher aspects of ourself with our spirituality. So a balance between the 2 is important. And then the home card again represents the home. So marriage is very much about the home as well. So it's about also really thinking about what you want to pour into this pot. So this pot is just waiting. It's a vessel. It's open It's important also that you be open to receive. So I need to pull up this card with it now. See the similarities in these cards? I'm feeling focus and I'm feeling being open to receiving, but also it's important, and also with your intuition and energy as well, and to stay calm amongst the stormy rapids, and to focus upon what you want and what are you going to put in that pot. So really think about that strongly this April. So I'm feeling that very much. So also with that, it's important to prioritize your goals and to know that prosperity is coming and that you will be receiving these gifts from God. So Archangel Metatron is an archangel that you can call upon to help you motivate yourself and to prioritize all your goals. I think that would be really handy for April. After the Easter period, especially when you get back to things, and just again laying down that framework. This again is reminding me of that waiting game card that I showed you earlier. So let me just put them side by side. See how the angels work and how messages get through. They're really similar in a lot of ways. See the roots below and the fruition on the top. So it's saying that after this waiting period and this real intense focus, which is important, then you're laying down the groundwork. Okay, so pray on that and know that that's coming. You will receive the gifts, and there is a bright future ahead. So the angels are saying to not worry as well, and to let your inner guidance guide your path and your connection to the angels and so on, to spirit, to God, to trust in your inner wisdom, and to replenish your energy. Now you can do this by literally going somewhere where there's water, which I feel would be really powerful for you to do this month, to release. But also you can achieve this by baths and showers and releasing your energy in that way. But really, again, trusting in your intuition and going inwards whenever you can would be beneficial for you. So I felt that I mentioned the 12 energy, and I think that that's really important, that sense of remembering Christ around this time in your own sacred way, and everything that he represents, and bringing that into your life. So contemplate the messages of Jesus in your own personal sacred spiritual ways. I feel that, so that's Mary Magdalene has come through strongly as well, which is interesting because I've written about her in my April newsletter. So, and she came through in the card today, and it's probably the only Mary Magdalene card that I have out of my, heaps of packs that I have. So again, this open vessel is saying, be open to receive. I'm seeing so many similarities between cards. Let me just find that other one again. Here we go. See the resemblance again between these two cards, okay? And these are from the Goddess pack, and they were really screaming out to me today that I had to pull from them. So, okay, so what I'm feeling here is that being open to receiving, but also spending time feeling yourself as especially for women, I'm going to say right now, your divine, sacred, feminine self is calling you. Take care of yourself and be empowered and develop your inner sacred sanctum is what they're telling me right now. No matter what is going on around you, know that you are a divine being, and that you have the power within you. So develop that and open yourself up and open up your heart. I'm feeling that this card here is reminding us about undying love, which Christ symbolizes. So this is really powerful message, and it's again that sense of sacred self and your own spirituality strongly. This heart necklace could very well be a cross necklace as well. See the cross here on her clothing. So I'm feeling, and the rainbow energy, okay, a great time to get Reiki or energy healing, or to just intend for healing for yourself. And see how she's in this beautiful concave of flowers in this garden. So sacred self, sacred femininity. And again, if you're a male viewer, you translate that for whatever that means for you. And also, it's a reminder of those in heaven at this time who are around us. If you feel them around us, then they are. They are here to say that they love you no matter what, and your love is eternal, which is important. So I'd like to now end this reading with a reminder about your own sense of your own abilities as a healer. So, know that you, just like Jesus, his message was that you can be what he was, that you can heal yourself and others through prayer and intention, and that the way to the light is through truth and peace. So know that you have the power within you. I think self-empowerment is coming through really, really strongly. I'd love to see you really feeling your sense of self-power and your ability to manifest and make things happen, and know that you're a magical person. So this Rhiannon card here comes by no accident. It's a message for someone out there too. You are a sorceress. And also the full moon, I didn't think it would come up this month. I'm always mentioning it. But it comes through again, so watch, and the new moon. So the moon energy, the new moon, manifest what you want, focus on it with intention. And the full moon, watch as your emotions release. It's a spiritual time to develop yourself, and watch your emotions at that time. And we are all watching my videos, you're probably a truth seeker, and this is a reminder to believe in the truth that is one of Jesus's messages too. I'm sounding so Jesus-y today, but obviously it's come through for a reason. Okay, divine truth. See the scales of justice and fairness, and another reminder of balance. Now, it reminds me of the two, it reminds me of the egg timer. What do you call the egg timer? The waiting game card with the two elements here. And also there's 4 chains that hold it. Again, between the 2 and the 4 that I've mentioned, and the one doorway, the gateway into possibilities and into, trusting in your intuition and knowing that there's more out there. And in my April newsletter, I do talk about the bridge between spirituality and science and in discovery, which is really interesting. And in May, I'm going to talk about awakening and what that means, and signs to see, are you awakening? Okay, I must go because I'm over my 15 minutes. So love and light to you all. Stay in touch. Bye.